Martin has a relatively new CEO, and they have recently put out a brand new guitar in their CEO line. This is the CEO-11. It's a limited guitar. As you can tell, it's very different from anything else in their offering. So let's check it out. How's it going, guys? This is Cooper Greenberg, CEO of Alamo Music. Incorrect, but I do work here, and we're in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. And if you haven't already, subscribe and comment on the videos that you think that I should be the CEO. So, this is the CEO-11 announced at NAMM in 2025. And last year we had CEO-10. And that took like forever to get to us. So luckily we got this one a little bit earlier. So we're not just doing a little FOMO on the side. Now, CEO guitars, up until the CEO-10, were Chris Martin guitars. There was a lot of, fun stuff. The CEO-7's still around. That is a sort of maybe a cult classic, but is still available to purchase and buy other CEO models from the past. Limited runs. You can find them out there on Reverb sometimes. There's some really wild stuff. If you haven't, maybe go back and look at some of those previous CEO models because there's a lot of fun, very different stuff. Some jabs at Gibson. It's a good time. But Thomas Ripsam is now the CEO of Martin Guitars, and he's a cool guy. I listened to a podcast interview with him. He seems very cool, very knowledgeable, very focused on sustainability, which I think is cool. And that's sort of represented in some parts of this guitar. But also, let's say it's a new horizon for Martin Guitars. Because as you can notice, this is a blue guitar, and that is called the New Horizons Blue Burst. And it's got to be very polarizing, I'm sure. But in terms of bursts, Martin does a very good job with them. And so with stuff like the John Mayer OM45JM, I was like, I don't like that burst. And then I saw it in person. I was like, man, I really like that burst. I think this looks way better in person than in the photos. I will say it, but I think for people who like color guitars, there's a lot of them out there. And I'm always surprised with how crazy people go for blue and red and green and purple acoustic guitars. That's a cool look. I dig it. It is a blue burst on top of a European spruce top. FSC certified, meaning that's where all the tone comes from, is from the certification. No, it means that it was sustainably harvested and it is a ordained forest. I don't know. It's FSC certified. You'll see that on a lot of Martin stuff. I think it's cool that they're making an effort to do things in a sustainable way. That's where the spruce is coming from, is from an FSC certified situation. So, back and sides on this. First time I've played a guitar with this on the back and sides. That is white oak. And I think it looks really cool. I think it sounds really cool. I heard that this was going to be coming out from our friends at Martin at our last Martin event here. And now that I know that we can do white oak on customs, I think it'd be really fun to play with. It's a good looking, set. It's also just interesting wood to look at. First time playing white oak, so I'm getting first impressions of the sound quality. I think it sounds good. You will hear it in just a moment. But as you can tell, 3-piece back. You may not have noticed from the front view, but this is a quadruple O/M body. So like an M36, this 3-piece back, kind of 35 style or 36 style. You got the rope purfling kind of separating the 3 pieces. I think it's a really sharp look. Something that I found, like if I was just glancing at this guitar, I'd think, yeah, this has got herringbone. It's actually half herringbone, which is really cool. Don't see that. There's a lot of things on the CEO guitars that's like, they don't really do that, but they did it for this, and it's it's a single build, and so I like when they do that. The rosette and fingerboard inlay, as you can see, also something that is new. This is kind of, I don't even know what to call this because on their website, I'm pretty sure it just says custom inlay. So if y'all want to try to come up with some names, my last one that I came up with was for another guitar, Lil Buttons. But this is CEO-11 inlay. I have not seen that before. Fingerboard inlay, same thing. It's cool. Binding on here, European flame maple. Got to go wood binding if you can, so I dig that. The neck, if you can see it, is a flame maple neck. So you got the flame maple on the neck, the flame maple on the binding. Grover open geared tuners. Nice volute action on this thing, and 1 3/4 inch nut width. Now, M body, kind of gone. M36 is out of the lineup. They do have the Johnny Marr. They have this guitar now, and they're only making 1,111 of these. 1111. We have one, and it is on the inside, signed by Thomas Ripsam himself. This is number 12 of the entire run, which is pretty sweet, because if you're not going to get number 11 of the CEO-11 out of the 1,111, you might as well get number 12, because it's actually one better than 11. So CEO-11, M body, people love it. We had a custom M body from Martin that we shot a video on. The guitar sold the same day, and obviously there's a hunger for the M or the quadruple O. It's a fantastic guitar. It totally looks wild, and I like all the wood that they put on it. So let's take a listen. There you have it. A little bit on the CEO-11. I like that they did an M body because it's one of my favorites, and I also like that they got a little funky with the woods, with the color, with the inlay. It's just a cool guitar. It's an expensive guitar. For Martin collectors, maybe you have all the CEOs and you need to add an 11, or you just love a blue guitar, or you want to own something with white oak, or something that's FSC certified on the top. This guitar is $69.99. This is a $7,000 guitar. It is limited, and I expect that they will go all over the place very quickly, because this seems like it's right up a Martin lover's alley. But also, I think it's very interesting that they're playing around with the white oak. I like how it sounds. I like an M body. I like what it kind of can showcase with the different woods, because we see it a lot with spruce rosewood. We have some coming with spruce mahogany. See how that sounds. We've done some customs in the past in the M body style with different back and sides wood, and I think you get the depth of the triple O, you get more width, and so it's like Chris always says on this channel, it's the Nashville secret weapon. You get a little more push, a little bit more volume. You get a big old soundboard that's putting out a lot of, volume and punch, but it's still comfortable to play. And with the White Oak, I honestly don't know what I think it sounds like. And I don't want to make something up to be like, this is what you just heard. But I will continue to play it, and I think we will continue to talk about it because I would imagine that we'll see some more White Oak. We might do some customs with it, who's to say. But from what I hear on this guitar, it's very crisp, very clean. There's good bass response, but it's not overpowering. I do think that this is a nice all-around guitar, but for me, like a flat-picking sort of lead guitar, I think that really kind of suits this thing. And I like it, and I think it's cool. And you got kind of a swirly swirl up on the headstock in pearl, a pearl swirl. And it's just very pretty, and I like the things that Thomas Ripsam is doing in Martin guitars. They're going in some interesting new directions while keeping the stuff that made them famous, very traditional, but they're having some fun, and I like it. And if you're interested in the CEO-11, I think we're only getting one. We might be able to pull some strings and get another one. However, every time I've tried to do that with other limited things, it's rarely ever happened. So I am acting as though this is the only one that we're going to get, and it's number 12 of the entire run, which is cool because that means we are some of the first people to get them. And you could be the first person to buy one from us and the only person. So if you're interested, go on our website, alamomusic.com. You can see the photos that we took of this guitar. You can do everything except play the guitar. You have to do that if you're here or if you order it from us. And we ship it to you, which we are more than happy to do. And we ship for free in the United States. So just give me a call. We'll do it. Call any of our fellas. They'll take care of you. If you have any questions about it, let us know. Call us, text us, message us on the website, all that fun stuff. This is a special piece for a special player, collector, whomever. It's got a pickup as well. And I should have said that earlier in the video, but it's a Fishman or a VT blend. So it's already got the pickup. You might as well take it out and go play some shows with it because that's what it's for. And for the other stuff that I did not mention in the video, you can read all the specs on our website. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.